Hi, welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about the cancer diagnosis that I received around the same time that my marriage was ending. How did it all start? I found a lump, as many women do. I felt a lump in my breast around May 2022. I wasn't too concerned about it, to be perfectly honest with you, because I had had a mammogram coming out of lockdown. I wanted to make sure everything was okay. So I had a mammogram in the September 2021, and the results had come back, and I'd been given the all clear. So I actually wasn't too concerned when I felt the lump, and I said, let me just monitor it. So I monitored it over the next couple of days, and I did see that, it was still there, and it wasn't that it had gone. So I decided that I'd make an appointment to go and see my doctor. So I went to see my doctor, and she felt it as well, and she said, yes, there's definitely something there. Let's get it checked out. And I say to everybody that if you feel something and you suspect something, push for it. And luckily she was prepared to refer me, but even if she hadn't, I think I was still going to try and push for it to be checked out. So I would recommend you do that. I kind of thought it might have been a cyst. I didn't in any way, shape, or form think it was going to be breast cancer. Went for the mammogram. The technician said, no, you're going to need a mammogram and an ultrasound. But I'd only had a referral for a mammogram. So I got a referral to come back for an ultrasound. And so I went for the ultrasound. When I went for the ultrasound, there was some suspicion that they had seen something. She was very thorough, checking the breast area, the lumbar, and checking the armpit. And instead of saying, oh, you can go, we'll send you the results, she asked me to lie down, and she was typing away at her computer for quite some time. I'm guessing she was typing up some notes. She then went to go and see if she could find a doctor. She couldn't find a doctor. And then when she came back, she said, it's okay, you can go, and the results will be sent out to you. The results actually were sent out that day. They were posted to the online portal for the hospital, and I opened it, not really suspicious of anything. I opened it just to see what they were. And I saw that they said high suspicion of malignancy, and they wanted me to come back for biopsy. So then I was scared. I was a little bit overwhelmed because at this time the house had been sold. Where I was moving to, I'd put an offer in for. We were actually in the process of packing, so it was just kind of like, oh, this is weird that it's happening at this time. Um, but the hope was that it wasn't anything. Went for the biopsy about a week later, and that took about a week for the results to come out. And when the results came out, it was confirmed that it was invasive ductal carcinoma. The results are posted onto an online portal. I opened the results with my friend who was on the phone, and it was just completely devastating. Like, I just couldn't believe that it was happening. And I kept saying, why me and why now? So it was a very, very scary time. I have to be honest with you. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I was thinking, oh, that means now I'll be leaving and moving into a new place on my own, and not too sure what the future was going to hold, what this cancer was. I think in my heart of hearts, I actually felt that it was caught early, bearing in mind that I'd had a clear mammogram less than 6-7 months before. So in my heart, I felt that it was caught early. So anyway, so much was going on because I was moving to another city. I had to get in contact with the hospital in the other city and make arrangements. And what they had suggested that I would be having a lumpectomy. So I'd have a lumpectomy to start out with, just to see how widespread the cancer is. And they were going to take out some lymph nodes to see, what was happening there. So that was all scheduled, and I had the surgery to remove the cancer and the lymph nodes while still in the marital home, albeit I was packing. I was doing my packing. I made sure I've done all my heavy lifting, all my heavy packing before I went in for the lumpectomy surgery. So yes, went in for lumpectomy surgery, but the results from the lumpectomy, I didn't get that until I had left the marital home and was now living on my own. It took about 6 weeks for the results to come out. So it was quite a long time, quite a long, many weeks of worry and concern. But when the results did come out, it wasn't caught as early as they expected it, because of the clear mammogram from the previous year. They had taken out 4 lymph nodes and they did find cancer in all 4 of them. And that meant that they had some concerns about whether the cancer had spread to other areas of the body, whether it had metastasized. And now it was a matter of now running loads of tests to see how widespread the cancer was. So this was in August. It was literally a couple of weeks after the marriage had ended and I was now living on my own. There was this feeling as if the bottom had dropped out from underneath me. I was just couldn't believe that it was happening. I was scared. I was concerned. I now knew that I was going to have to go through chemotherapy, and I didn't know how I was going to do that on my own because I just didn't know. It was a really difficult time. It was a really difficult time. So anyway, I went backwards and forwards to the hospital, various tests, biopsies, MRI tests, and they were able to confirm that they didn't think that the cancer had metastasized. And I went in one day and it was kind of like a matter, you're starting chemo tomorrow. So here I was now, I was told that I would be needing 8 rounds of chemotherapy over, it's supposed to be every other week. So it's going to be over 16 weeks. It ended up being 17 weeks because they had to push one of my sessions out. So it was a scary time. It was a scary time. I was on my own. There was a lot of disbelief. There was a thought in me that I was going to fight this. I have to be honest, there was. And I will say it to anybody who gets a diagnosis, sometimes we have to be strong and we have to believe that we're going to fight this. A cancer diagnosis is not the death sentence that it used to be. Even my cancer ended up being stage 3 breast cancer, but even stage 4 breast cancer, people are living a life with metastatic breast cancer. That means cancer that has moved into other areas of the body. So I just want to say that and to encourage people that I felt that I was scared about the journey and the chemo and how I was going to walk the journey. But I had the belief in me that this was not going to kill me, that I was going to be able to fight it. And I remember one of my oncologists said it to me. She said, this is going to be a journey. I have to be honest with you, but you can do this. You can get through this. And I did, because here I am 3 years later, cancer's in remission. I did get through this. So there'll be more to this story. I try not to make my videos too long. There'll be more to the story where I'll tell you how it all went, how the walk was. I had a lot of support from family and friends, a lot of support. So we'll continue this. Please continue to subscribe to my channel, share it with anybody who you know is going through a similar journey, whether it's a journey of cancer, whether it's a journey of marriage ending. It could be a combination like mine, or it could be something different. Just, we are all at that stage now where there are lots of challenges that are hitting us. And I want to be there to encourage you and to tell you that you can make this and you can do this.